The universe has already said yes to your every desire. The only reason your life does not yet reflect it is because, in countless ways, you have not been home to accept the delivery. The truth is, creation operates on a divine and simple system. You must ask clearly, you must be open to receive fully, and you must welcome what arrives gratefully. The problem is not that abundance is unavailable. It is that we ask timidly, block our own blessings out of unworthiness, and fail to recognize the wealth that is constantly trying to reach us. We are standing in a downpour of grace, holding an umbrella of doubt over our heads. This guide is your path to putting down the umbrella, unlocking your door, and finally welcoming in the infinite prosperity that is your birthright. Divine Abundance Path. Ask, receive, and welcome infinite wealth. Written and published by Success Attraction Formula. Chapter 1. First, get clear on your divine ask. Imagine walking into the most magnificent restaurant in the universe. The menu is infinite. The chef can create any dish imaginable, and a friendly waiter stands patiently at your table, pen poised, ready to take your order. The waiter asks, "What would you like?" and you hesitate. You mumble, "Oh, I don't know, maybe just some food, something good, I guess." The waiter, able to bring you anything you desire, can only stand there, confused and unable to act. This scenario, as absurd as it sounds, is precisely how most of us interact with the universe. The universe is this cosmic restaurant, capable of delivering any experience we can imagine, and it is constantly asking us, "What is your order?" Yet we respond with vague, uncertain, and contradictory requests. We say we want more money, but we don't know how much or why. We say we want to be happy, but we haven't defined what happiness truly looks like for us. We send out a fuzzy, unfocused signal, and in return, we receive a fuzzy, unfocused life. The single greatest obstacle that stands between people and the life they desire is not a lack of opportunity or a lack of worthiness. It is a profound lack of clarity. We are afraid to get specific. We fear that asking for too much is greedy, that defining our desires in detail is unrealistic, or that if we ask for one thing, we might miss out on something better. This fear-based ambiguity keeps us stuck, sending confusing orders to the cosmic kitchen and then wondering why we are still hungry. The transformative solution is to stop making vague wishes and to start crafting your divine ask. A divine ask is not just a goal or a desire. It is a crystal clear, soul-aligned, and specific request that you formulate with conscious intention. It is the act of moving from a place of passive hoping to a place of empowered, decisive ordering. The first and most fundamental law of manifestation is that clarity is power. A clear, specific request is a powerful, focused beam of energy that the universe can easily understand and act upon. A vague request is like a scattered, weak signal that dissipates into nothing. The process of getting clear on your divine ask is the most important foundational work you will ever do on your path to abundance. It is the act of tuning your personal broadcast frequency to a single powerful station, eliminating all static and interference. When you know with absolute certainty what you are asking for and why you are asking for it, you move from being a confused patron to a confident creator. You provide the universe with a precise blueprint, a clear set of instructions that allows the forces of creation to mobilize on your behalf with speed and accuracy. The first step in crafting your divine ask is to silence the noise of external expectations so you can hear the whisper of your own soul. We are all born with a unique set of desires, a divine blueprint for the life that will bring us the most joy and fulfillment. However, from a very young age, this inner voice is often drowned out by the loud demands and expectations of others. Our parents, our teachers, our friends, and society at large. We are told what we should want, what a successful life looks like, and what is considered realistic. Over time, we can mistake these external shoulds for our own authentic wants. To get clear, you must create sacred space for introspection. This requires a simple but powerful journaling exercise. Take a piece of paper and create 2 columns. In the left column, write what I should want. List all the things you feel pressured to desire, the career path your parents approved of, the lifestyle your friends live, the symbols of success you see on social media. Be brutally honest. In the right column, write what I truly want. To access this, ask yourself a series of powerful questions. If money were no object and I could not fail, what would I spend my days doing? What activities make me lose all track of time? What did I love to do as a child before the world told me who to be? Do not edit or judge your answers. Allow your soul to speak freely. This exercise will begin to untangle the web of external programming and reveal the pure, authentic desires that form the basis of your divine ask. Once you have begun to identify your authentic desires, the second step is to embrace the principle of divine specificity. The universe loves detail. A specific request demonstrates commitment and faith. To put this into practice, take one of your authentic wants from the previous exercise and transform it from a general wish into a specific, detailed order. For example, if your authentic desire is to travel more, this is still too vague. A specific divine ask would sound like this. I ask to experience a 2-week trip to the Amalfi Coast in Italy in the summer of next year. I see myself staying in a beautiful villa with a view of the ocean, enjoying delicious local food, exploring ancient ruins, and feeling a profound sense of freedom and adventure. Notice the level of detail, the what, where, when, and how it feels. This specificity does 2 things. First, it provides a clear target for your focus and energy. Second, it generates excitement and emotion, which, as we will learn in the next chapter, is the fuel that powers your request. If your desire is financial, do not just ask for more money. Ask for a specific amount. For example, I ask to receive an additional $50,000 in income over the next 12 months. This clarity gives the universe a concrete target to work with. The third and final step in clarifying your divine ask is to apply the why test, to ensure your request is aligned with your deepest, most authentic self. Often, the thing we think we want is merely a vehicle for a feeling we truly desire. Discovering this core feeling is the key to formulating the most powerful ask possible. To do this, take your specific request and ask yourself, why? 5 times. Let's use the example of asking for $50,000. 1. Why do I want an extra $50,000? So I can pay off my credit card debt. 2. Why do I want to pay off my credit card debt? So I can stop feeling stressed and anxious every time a bill arrives. 3. Why do I want to stop feeling stressed and anxious? So I can feel a sense of peace and security. Why do I want to feel peace and security? So I can relax and have the mental space to be more creative and present with my family. Why do I want to be more creative and present? Because that is when I feel most alive and joyful. In just 5 steps, the ask has transformed from being about money to being about the core desire for peace, security, joy, and creative expression. This does not mean you stop asking for the money. It means you now understand the true purpose of your ask. You can now frame your divine ask with this deeper understanding. I ask to receive $50,000 in the next year as a vehicle to experience profound peace, security, and the joyful freedom to be fully creative and present in my life. This alignment with your core emotional desire makes your request infinitely more powerful. You have now completed the first and most crucial step on your divine abundance path. You have learned to quiet the noise, get specific, and align your request with the true desires of your soul. You have crafted a clear, powerful, and authentic divine ask. But a perfectly written letter sent without a stamp will never reach its destination. A clear request made without energy will not activate the forces of creation. How do you now charge your ask with the magnetic power needed to draw it into your reality? What if the true secret to manifestation is not in the words of your request, but in the focused, potent emotional energy you learn to infuse into them? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 2. Energizing your ask with focused feeling. Imagine you are trying to grow a beautiful, vibrant garden. You have done the first crucial step perfectly. You have selected the highest quality seeds, representing the clear and specific desires you wish to cultivate in your life. You hold these precious seeds in your hand, full of potential. But what happens if you simply place these seeds on top of dry, barren ground? Nothing. They will sit there, dormant and lifeless, never fulfilling their purpose. To bring a seed to life, it requires a vital, life-giving element, water. Water energizes the seed, activates its internal blueprint, and provides the nourishment it needs to sprout and grow. In the garden of manifestation, your clear, specific divine ask is the seed. But the water, the essential life-activating element, is your focused feeling. A desire that is merely thought about, without any emotional energy behind it, is like a seed on dry ground. It is a powerless, dormant potential. This is where so many people falter on their path. They write down their goals, they create vision boards, they repeat affirmations, but they do so mechanically, from a place of intellectual exercise rather than deep, embodied emotion. They are thinking about what they want, but they are not feeling what they want. They are trying to grow a garden without water, and they are left wondering why their life remains a barren field. The transformative solution is to become a master of vibrational charging. This is the conscious and deliberate practice of infusing your divine ask with the powerful, magnetic energy of focused human emotion. You must understand a fundamental law of the universe. The cosmos does not respond to your words or your thoughts alone. It responds to your vibration, and your vibration is dictated by your dominant feeling state. Feeling is the universal language. It is the energetic current that flows from you out into the world, informing reality of what you are a vibrational match for. When you learn to generate, sustain, and embody the feeling of your wish already fulfilled, you are no longer just thinking about your desire, you are becoming it. You are energetically watering the seed of your intention. This practice shifts you from a passive wisher to an active creator. It is the stamp that sends your letter to the universe, the on switch that activates the magnetic power of your request, and the single most potent skill you can develop to accelerate the manifestation of your desires. The first principle of vibrational charging is to understand that the feeling must precede the manifestation. Most people operate under the opposite assumption. I will feel happy when I get the new job. I will feel secure when the money arrives in my account. This is a powerless stance. It makes your emotional state dependent on external conditions, keeping you in a perpetual state of waiting. The Master Creator knows that you must generate the feeling first, and it is this feeling that will then magnetize the external conditions to you. The primary tool for this is the practice of quantum visualization. This is not simple daydreaming. It is a deep, multisensory immersion into the reality of your fulfilled desire. To practice this, find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths to relax your body. Then bring your divine ask to mind. Do not just see it as a picture in your head. Step into the scene as if it is happening right now. For example, if your ask is for a successful business launch, don't just see a successful business. See yourself sitting at your desk, opening an email with a subject line that reads, Record Sales Day. Feel the surge of joyful excitement in your chest. Feel the satisfying weight of your phone as you call your partner to share the good news. Hear the sound of their happy, congratulatory voice. What do you smell? Perhaps the scent of fresh coffee you brewed to celebrate. Make the scene so real, so vivid that your body begins to believe it is happening. Your heart may beat a little faster. A smile may spread across your face. This physiological response is proof that you are successfully generating the feeling. You are creating the feeling of the wish fulfilled in advance. Once you have learned to generate the feeling, the second principle is to practice emotional consistency. It is one thing to feel good for 5 minutes during a visualization exercise. It is another thing entirely to maintain that positive, expectant feeling throughout your day as you navigate the challenges of your current reality. Your current reality will constantly try to pull you back into your old vibrational state. A bill might arrive, a negative comment might be made, and your feeling of abundance can quickly be replaced by a feeling of lack. To combat this, you must create emotional anchors. An anchor is a simple, pre-chosen trigger that can instantly reconnect you to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. An anchor can be a physical object, a piece of music, a specific image, or a simple physical action. For instance, if your divine ask is for a loving, romantic partnership, your anchor could be a beautiful, uplifting love song. Whenever you start to feel lonely or doubtful, you can play that song, close your eyes for 60 seconds, and instantly transport yourself back to the feeling of being cherished and adored that you cultivated in your visualization. Another example could be a physical anchor. You might designate a small, smooth stone that you carry in your pocket. Whenever you touch it, it is your secret signal to yourself to take one deep breath and reconnect with the feeling of peace and security you desire. These anchors are your tools for maintaining vibrational alignment throughout the day, ensuring that your dominant emotional broadcast remains one of abundance and faith, not one of lack and doubt. The third and final principle is to speak from the end result. The words you use, both in your internal self-talk and in your conversations with others, have a powerful effect on your emotional state. You must begin to consciously choose language that reinforces the reality of your wish already being fulfilled. This means eliminating phrases that imply lack or waiting, such as I hope, I wish, or I'm trying to. These phrases program your subconscious mind for struggle and uncertainty. Instead, you will practice speaking from a place of knowing and having. This does not mean you should lie or be delusional. It is a subtle but powerful shift in perspective. For example, instead of saying, I hope I get that promotion, you can shift your internal and external language to, I am preparing for my new responsibilities in the role I am stepping into. Instead of saying, I'm trying to attract more clients, you can say, I am focusing on serving my current and future clients with excellence. This language feels more powerful, more certain, and it generates a corresponding feeling of confidence and competence within you. It aligns your speech with your visualization and your anchors, creating a coherent and powerful energetic signal. You are acting, feeling, and now speaking like the person who already has what you have asked for, which is the fastest way to become that person. You have now clarified your divine ask and learned how to charge it with the potent, magnetic energy of focused feeling. You are broadcasting a clear, powerful, consistent signal out into the universe. You have done the work of planting the seed and watering it with life-giving energy. But what if there is something deep inside your own subconscious mind, a hidden saboteur, that is simultaneously broadcasting a powerful countersignal, effectively canceling out all of your hard work? How do you find and gently dismantle these invisible inner blocks to finally open the floodgates and allow yourself to receive the abundance that is now on its way to you? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 3. Removing the Inner Blocks to Receiving. Imagine you have meticulously followed a divine recipe for abundance. You have clarified your most heartfelt desire, crafting a perfect order for the cosmic kitchen. You have energized that order with the powerful magnetic feelings of joy and gratitude, sending out a clear and potent signal. You can feel that your request has been heard and that the universe is now mobilizing to deliver it to you. But then, just as the delivery is about to arrive at your doorstep, you unknowingly and unconsciously lock the door, bolt the windows, and place a giant return to sender sign on your front lawn. This is precisely what happens when we hold subconscious blocks to receiving. We do all the conscious work of asking and energizing, but deep within our own minds, there exists a hidden gatekeeper, a saboteur whose sole job is to protect us by preventing us from receiving the very thing we have asked for. This inner saboteur is made up of our limiting beliefs, the deeply ingrained, often invisible convictions we hold about ourselves and the world. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve to have it easy, wanting more money is greedy, or if I become successful, people will judge me. These beliefs, often formed in early childhood, act as an energetic force field, repelling the good that is trying to flow into our lives. They are the unconscious no that cancels out our conscious yes. This is the most frustrating stage of the manifestation process, where you feel you are doing everything right, yet your desires remain just out of reach, leaving you confused, disheartened, and questioning the entire process. The transformative solution is to become a compassionate and conscious gardener of your own subconscious mind. You must embark on a process of energetic de-weeding, where you learn to identify, understand, and gently remove the weeds of unworthiness and limitation that are choking your ability to receive. This is not a battle against yourself. It is a process of loving self-discovery and liberation. You must understand that these limiting beliefs are not your fault, nor are they a sign that you are broken. They are simply old, outdated programs that were installed long ago, often with the positive intention of keeping you safe. For example, a belief that wanting a lot of money is bad might have been installed to ensure you would be a good person and be accepted by your community. The key is to realize that while these programs may have served a protective purpose in the past, they are now obsolete and are actively preventing you from experiencing the joy and abundance that is your birthright. By learning to bring these unconscious beliefs into the light of your conscious awareness, you can lovingly thank them for their service and release them, clearing the path for your good to finally arrive. The first step in this de-weeding process is to learn to identify the weeds. Limiting beliefs are often invisible to us because they feel like the truth. The most effective way to spot them is to pay close attention to your feelings. Whenever you think about your divine ask, notice any feelings of discomfort, anxiety, guilt, or fear that arise. These negative emotions are signposts, pointing directly to an underlying limiting belief. A powerful tool for this is the discomfort inquiry journaling exercise. Take your divine ask and write it at the top of a page. Then, complete the following sentence. The thought of actually having your divine ask makes me feel uncomfortable because... Write down whatever comes to mind without judgment. For example, if your ask is for a major promotion at work, your sentence might end with, because I'm afraid I won't be able to handle the new responsibilities. Or, because I'm worried my coworkers will be jealous and treat me differently. These phrases reveal the hidden weeds, the belief that I am not capable, and the belief that my success will lead to social rejection. Once you have a list of these uncomfortable feelings and the reasons behind them, you have successfully identified the primary subconscious blocks that you need to address. You have made the invisible visible. Once a limiting belief has been identified, the second step is to trace its roots. This is a crucial step that depersonalizes the belief and robs it of its emotional charge. You must understand that you were not born with these beliefs. You learned them. They were planted in your fertile, impressionable mind by external sources. To trace the root, take one of your identified beliefs, such as, I'm not good enough, and ask yourself a series of gentle questions. Where did I first learn to believe this? Who taught me this? Was it a parent, a teacher, a childhood experience? What was the original situation where this belief seemed to be true? As you reflect on this, you might remember a specific incident, like a critical comment from a teacher or constantly being compared to a sibling. When you realize that this belief is not an inherent truth about you, but simply a secondhand opinion you absorbed as a child, its power over you diminishes dramatically. You see it for what it is, an old, dusty piece of programming, not a reflection of your true divine nature. This realization creates the emotional distance necessary to release it without a struggle. The third and final step is the gentle and loving process of removal, which we will call the thank you and release technique. Fighting a limiting belief only makes it stronger. Resistance gives it energy. The path to freedom is through acceptance and compassionate release. To practice this, find a quiet moment to sit with one of the beliefs you have identified and traced. Close your eyes and bring the belief into your mind. Acknowledge its presence. Then, mentally or aloud, say, "Thank you for trying to protect me." This is a powerful step because it honors the belief's original, positive intention. For the belief, my success will lead to social rejection, you can see that its original job was to ensure you always fit in and were never cast out from the tribe, a core survival instinct. After thanking it, you then lovingly but firmly declare, "Your service is no longer required. I am safe now. I am an adult, and I choose to create a new reality where my success inspires others and attracts loving, supportive connections. I now release you with love and gratitude." As you say this, visualize the belief dissolving into light or floating away on a gentle breeze. You may feel a sense of lightness or relief in your body. This is a sign that the energetic charge of the belief has been neutralized. This is not a one-time fix for all beliefs, but a practice to be used whenever a new weed of doubt or unworthiness surfaces. It is the ongoing, loving maintenance of your inner garden. You have now learned how to clear the inner path, removing the subconscious blocks that prevent you from receiving the good that you have so powerfully asked for. Your signal is clear, your energy is high, and your inner doorway is now wide open. With the path cleared and your request on its way, a new and subtle challenge arises: the waiting period. How do you remain in a state of unwavering faith and trust while the universe rearranges itself to deliver your ask? What is the powerful, active state of being that you can cultivate to dramatically shorten the time between asking and receiving, and to ensure you do not inadvertently close the door again out of impatience or doubt? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 4. Mastering the Art of Active Expectancy. Imagine you are a master gardener. You have carefully prepared the soil, and you have planted a precious seed that holds the potential for a magnificent fruit tree. You water it diligently, ensuring it has everything it needs to begin its journey. Now, what would happen if, every morning, you went out to the garden with a shovel and anxiously dug up the seed to see if it had started to sprout? This constant, fearful checking would not speed up the growth. It would traumatize the seed, disrupt the delicate process, and ultimately destroy any chance of it ever becoming the tree it was meant to be. As absurd as this sounds, this is precisely how most of us treat our desires after we have sent them out to the universe. We have clarified our divine ask, we have energized it with focused feeling, and we have cleared our inner blocks. We have planted our seed. But then, in the crucial period that follows, we fall into a state of anxious, doubtful waiting. We obsessively look for signs. We check our bank accounts, our email inboxes, our dating apps, constantly asking, is it here yet? Is it working? When we do not see immediate dramatic evidence, our faith wavers, our vibration drops, and we begin to broadcast an energy of doubt and impatience. This needy, anxious energy is like digging up the seed. It effectively neutralizes the powerful, trusting energy we initially invested and tells the universe, never mind, I don't really believe this is going to happen. The transformative solution is to consciously shift from a state of passive, anxious waiting to the powerful, creative state of active expectancy. This is not a passive condition. It is a dynamic and joyful state of being. Active expectancy is the ability to maintain a calm, confident, and joyful certainty that your requested good is on its way to you, even in the complete absence of physical evidence. It is the unshakable inner knowing that your order has been received by the cosmic kitchen and is being lovingly prepared for you. Think of the pure, excited feeling a young child has on the night before their birthday. They do not know exactly what presents they will receive or precisely how the day will unfold, but they are buzzing with a joyful, absolute certainty that wonderful things are coming. They are not anxious or doubtful. They are actively expecting joy. This is the emotional state you must learn to cultivate. It is a state of profound trust in the unseen, a faith so deep that it generates a feeling of peace and excitement in the present moment. Mastering active expectancy is what bridges the gap between asking and receiving, and it dramatically shortens the time it takes for your desires to manifest in your physical reality. The first principle of mastering this state is to practice living in the knowing. This is the conscious choice to cultivate an absolute faith that your request has already been granted on an energetic level and that its physical appearance is now simply a matter of divine timing. You must shift your energy from one of asking to one of deep appreciation for what is already done. The most powerful tool for this is a daily thank you in advance practice. Instead of repeating your request over and over, which reinforces a feeling of lack, you begin to express gratitude for its inevitable arrival. For example, if your divine ask is for the perfect new home, you would start your day by saying, either aloud or in your journal, "Thank you so much for the beautiful, peaceful, and affordable new home that is making its way to me now. I am so grateful for the feeling of safety and joy it provides. This practice does something remarkable. It shifts your vibrational state from the future tense energy of wanting to the present tense energy of having. You are aligning yourself with the feeling of the wish already fulfilled, which, as we know, is the most powerful magnet for its physical manifestation. This is not about pretending, it is about demonstrating your unwavering faith through the powerful act of premature gratitude. The second principle is to learn to follow the inspired breadcrumbs. Active expectancy is not about sitting on your couch and doing nothing while you wait. It is an active state. However, the action it requires is not desperate, forceful, or anxious action. It is inspired, intuitive, and often joyful action. While you are in this state of confident trust, the universe will begin to send you small, intuitive nudges, ideas, and impulses. Think of these as a trail of breadcrumbs leading you toward your destination. Your job is not to see the entire path ahead, but simply to have the faith to follow the very next breadcrumb. For instance, you have asked for the perfect new romantic partner. You are holding the feeling of being loved and cherished. One afternoon, you suddenly get a strong, inexplicable urge to visit a bookstore you have not been to in years. The logical mind might dismiss this, but the person practicing active expectancy recognizes this as a potential breadcrumb. They follow the inspired nudge without needing to know why. At the bookstore, they might strike up a conversation with someone in line who ends up being their soulmate, or perhaps they find a book that leads them to a new hobby where they eventually meet that person. The how is not their concern. Their only job is to trust the inspired impulse and take the next small, joyful step. This is how you co-create with the universe, by trusting its gentle, moment-to-moment guidance. The third and final principle is the art of detachment from the how and when. This is often the most challenging aspect of active expectancy, but it is also the most liberating. You must come to a profound understanding of the divine division of labor. Your job is to be crystal clear on the what, your divine ask, and the why, the core feeling you desire. The universe's job is to orchestrate the how and the when. When you become obsessed with trying to figure out how your desire will come to you, or when it will arrive, you are stepping out of your role and trying to do the universe's job. This attempt to control the logistics creates immense resistance, anxiety, and doubt, which slows down the entire process. You must learn to surrender the details. A powerful tool for this is the release ritual. Whenever you find yourself feeling anxious, impatient, or trying to force a particular outcome, take a moment to perform this simple ritual. Write your core desire on a small piece of paper. Hold it in your hands and say aloud, "I have asked with clarity and faith. I now release the how and the when to divine intelligence, trusting that this will unfold in the perfect way and at the perfect time for the highest good of all." Then, in a safe manner, you can burn the paper, tear it up, and bury it in the earth, or simply place it in a special surrender box. This physical act symbolizes your conscious choice to let go, to release your tight grip of control, and to place your faith completely in a power greater than your own. This act of surrender is what truly allows the magic to happen. You have now learned how to navigate the crucial waiting period, not with anxiety and doubt, but with a powerful and creative state of active, joyful faith. You know how to trust that your good is on its way to you. But what happens when it finally arrives in a package that you do not recognize? What if the very abundance you have asked for is knocking on your door right at this moment, but you refuse to answer because it does not look exactly the way you imagined it would? The next step on our divine path is to develop the wisdom to see beyond our limited expectations and learn how to recognize the many, varied, and often surprising forms of abundance. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 5. Recognizing the Many Forms of Abundance. What if you fervently ask the universe for the strength and resources needed to build your dream home? You visualize it, you feel the joy of living in it, and you wait in active expectancy. Then one morning, you wake up to find a giant truck has delivered a massive pile of bricks, a stack of lumber, a set of blueprints, and a collection of professional-grade tools to your front yard. But because you were so fixated on looking for a fully built, move-in-ready mansion to magically appear, you perceive this delivery not as a gift, but as a messy inconvenience. You miss the answer to your prayer entirely. This metaphor illustrates one of the most common and subtle ways we block our own prosperity. Many of us suffer from a form of destination fixation. We create a hyper-specific, rigid mental image of what our manifested desire must look like, how it must arrive, and when it must get here. We expect money to arrive only in the form of a lottery win or a paycheck. We expect a new business opportunity to come through a formal job offer. We expect love to look exactly like the romantic comedies we have seen. This spiritual tunnel vision is incredibly limiting. It causes us to completely overlook the constant stream of opportunities, resources, answers, and support that the universe is delivering to us in creative and unexpected forms. We are so busy scanning the horizon for the finished product that we fail to see the priceless raw ingredients being placed right at our feet. The transformative solution is to consciously develop the skill of expansive recognition. This is the practice of intentionally broadening your definition of abundance and retraining your perception to see and acknowledge wealth in all its magnificent forms. You must graduate from seeing abundance as just money in the bank and begin to recognize it as time, energy, health, creative ideas, loving relationships, helpful connections, synchronicities, and valuable lessons. It is about deeply understanding that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, often delivers the ingredients for your desire, not the prepackaged, fully cooked meal. It provides you with the tools, the materials, and the opportunities to co-create your dream, rather than just handing it to you. When you learn to see the world through the lens of expansive recognition, your entire reality shifts. You move from a state of feeling like you are waiting for a rare event to a state of realizing that you are swimming in a constant, ever-present ocean of abundance. You begin to see that the universe is not ignoring you. It has been supporting you all along, but you simply lack the eyes to see it. The first principle of expansive recognition is to actively redefine your personal definition of wealth. You must break the unconscious habit of equating abundance solely with your financial balance. To do this, you will implement the 4 currencies daily review. At the end of each day, take a few minutes with a journal to acknowledge the abundance you received in 4 key non-monetary currencies. The first currency is time. Did a meeting get canceled, giving you an unexpected free hour? Did you find a shortcut that saved you time on your commute? Acknowledge this as a deposit of time wealth. The second currency is ideas and inspiration. Did you have a sudden insight that solved a problem you were struggling with? Did you read an article that sparked a new creative idea? This is a deposit of intellectual wealth. The third currency is connections and relationships. Did a friend send you an encouraging message? Did you have a friendly, uplifting conversation with a stranger? Did someone offer you help? This is a deposit of relational wealth. The fourth currency is well-being. Did you get a great night's sleep? Did you have a moment of profound peace or joy? Did you feel strong and healthy during a walk? This is a deposit of physical and spiritual wealth. By consciously tracking these 4 currencies every day, you train your brain to recognize that you are far wealthier than you previously believed, which creates a powerful feeling of overall abundance. The second principle is to learn to recognize the stepping stones. The universe rarely delivers your ultimate desire in a single leap. More often, it provides a series of stepping stones, each one designed to lead you to the next. Your job is to recognize and gratefully step on each one, even if it does not look like your final destination. For example, let's say your divine ask is to receive $100,000 to start your dream business. You hold this vision, but the money does not magically appear. Instead, a week later, you are offered a low-paying, part-time internship working for a leader in the exact industry you want to enter. The scarcity-minded, destination-fixated person would see this as a failure and an insult. This isn't $100,000, they would think, and they would likely reject the offer. The person practicing expansive recognition, however, would immediately see this for what it is, a priceless, heaven-sent stepping stone. They would recognize that this low-paying job is an opportunity to learn the industry from the inside out, to make invaluable connections, to learn from an expert's successes and failures, and to get paid while doing their market research. They understand that accepting this stepping stone will make their future business infinitely more likely to succeed when the funding does arrive. They gratefully accept the opportunity, knowing it is a crucial part of the divine delivery. The third principle is to learn to bless the unexpected, which means finding the gift even in situations that initially appear to be problems or detours. Abundance often arrives in disguise. It can show up wrapped in a package that looks like a challenge, a setback, or a failure. To develop this skill, you must practice the "what is the gift here" reframe. Whenever something unexpected or seemingly negative occurs in your life, your first response must be to pause the automatic reaction of frustration or fear. Take a deep breath, and then ask with genuine curiosity, "Okay, what is the hidden opportunity or lesson in this situation? How is this unexpected event secretly serving my highest good?" For example, you are on your way to a very important meeting and your car gets a flat tire. The initial reaction is stress and anger, but by applying the reframe, you pause. While waiting for roadside assistance, you strike up a conversation with another person who has also pulled over. It turns out this person is a potential client or a mentor who can solve a major problem you have been facing. The problem of the flat tire was actually the universe's ingenious delivery mechanism for a crucial connection you could not have made any other way. By learning to look for the gift in every circumstance, you develop an unshakable faith that everything is truly happening for your benefit. You now see the world with new and expanded vision, capable of recognizing the constant, multifaceted flow of abundance in all its forms. You have learned to ask with clarity, to receive with faith, and now to recognize with wisdom. You are seeing the bricks, the lumber, and the tools as they arrive. There is one final master skill that completes this divine cycle of creation. It is the art of gracefully welcoming what you have received. What if a simple daily practice could not only acknowledge the abundance that is already yours, but could also act as the most powerful magnet in the universe to multiply it tenfold, ensuring that the divine flow into your life never, ever stops? Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 6: How Gratitude Welcomes and Multiplies Wealth. Imagine for a moment that the abundance you desire is a welcome and honored guest. After you have sent a clear invitation and prepared your home, this guest finally arrives at your front door. What is the gracious response? Do you leave the door locked and pretend you are not home? Do you open it a tiny crack, suspiciously peering out? Or do you swing the door wide open with a warm, genuine smile, express your sincere delight at their arrival, thank them for making the journey, and invite them inside to stay and be comfortable? Of course, you would offer the warmest welcome possible. In the energetic world, your gratitude is this gracious welcome. It is the final and most crucial step in the divine cycle of creation. Yet, this is where so many people falter. A small blessing or a piece of good fortune arrives in their life, and they either fail to notice it at all, or they immediately greet it with suspicion and fear. They receive an unexpected financial windfall, and their first thought is, "This is too good to be true. Something bad is probably going to happen now." They receive a genuine compliment and immediately dismiss it. In doing so, they are leaving their honored guests standing on the doorstep in the cold. They fail to complete the energetic circuit. Asking is the act of sending energy out. Receiving is the act of allowing energy in. But gratitude is the act that closes the loop. It is the powerful, resonant signal you send back to the universe that says, "Thank you. Message received. I am a grateful and worthy recipient." More of this, please. Without this final, welcoming step of gratitude, the flow of abundance stagnates. The transformative solution, and the capstone of your journey on the divine abundance path, is to understand and practice active gratitude, not as a mere polite courtesy or a passive feeling, but as the most powerful financial and spiritual amplifier you possess. Active gratitude is the conscious, deliberate act of welcoming your abundance home. It is the energy that makes the universe fall in love with giving to you. When you express genuine, heartfelt gratitude for every blessing, no matter how large or small, you are communicating on a profound vibrational level. You are telling the source of all creation that you are a good and trustworthy steward of its gifts. You are demonstrating that you see, acknowledge, and appreciate the good that is already in your life. This act of appreciation creates an energetic vacuum that the universe, by its very nature, rushes to fill with even more things to be grateful for. Gratitude is not just about being thankful for what you have. It is the very force that multiplies what you have. It turns enough into a feast, a stranger into a friend, and a simple opportunity into a life-changing breakthrough. Mastering the art of welcoming through gratitude is what ensures that the flow of abundance into your life becomes a constant, ever-expanding, and joyful current. The first principle of this practice is to treat gratitude as an energetic receipt. When you buy something at a store, you are given a receipt to confirm the transaction. In your transactions with the universe, your feeling of gratitude is that receipt. It is a powerful vibrational confirmation that you send back to the source, acknowledging, yes, this gift has been received. I see it, I acknowledge it, and I am grateful for it. Our transaction is complete and successful. This conscious acknowledgement is vital. To put this into practice, you will use the receipt ritual. It is simple, quick, and profoundly effective. Every single time you receive any form of abundance, whether it is finding a coin on the street, receiving a payment, getting a good idea, or even just seeing a beautiful sunset, you must pause for just 10 seconds. Place your hand on your heart to connect with your body, take one slow, deep breath, and say silently or aloud, "Thank you. I see this, I welcome this, I receive this fully." This small, intentional ritual does something magnificent. It stops you from taking your blessings for granted. It forces you to be present with the good that is flowing to you and to consciously close the energetic loop. It turns the unconscious act of receiving into a sacred and mindful practice, signaling your readiness and eagerness for more. The second principle is an advanced technique for the serious student of abundance, learning to express gratitude for the not yet. This is the practice of feeling and expressing deep, genuine gratitude for your desired manifestation before you have seen any physical evidence of its arrival. It is treating your future, desired state as if it were already a past, cherished memory. This is the ultimate act of faith and the most powerful form of vibrational alignment. When you can be truly grateful for the money you have not yet received or the partner you have not yet met, you are collapsing the energetic distance between you and your desire. You are vibrating in perfect harmony with its reality. A powerful way to cultivate this is through future tense journaling. Set aside time to write a journal entry from the perspective of your future self, dated 1 year from today. Write in vivid detail about how wonderful and fulfilling your life is now that your divine ask has fully manifested. Describe how it feels to have achieved your goal. Most importantly, fill the entry with gratitude. Write sentences like, "I am so incredibly grateful for the financial freedom I now have," or, "I remember how I felt a year ago, and I am so thankful for the beautiful journey that brought me to this amazing place." Reading this entry regularly will generate the powerful, magnetic feeling of gratitude for something you know, with unshakable faith, is already yours on an energetic level. The third and final principle is to understand that the ultimate expression of a truly grateful heart is the outward flow of giving. A stagnant pond cannot receive fresh rain. Similarly, a person who only accumulates and hoards cannot receive the full flow of universal abundance. True wealth is a current, not a stagnant pool. It is meant to flow to you and through you. When you give, whether it is your time, your money, your kindness, or your knowledge, from a genuine place of fullness and without expecting anything in return, you are making the most powerful statement of abundance possible. You are declaring to the universe, "I have more than enough. I have so much that I can share with others." This generous outward flow creates a powerful energetic vacuum, that the law of circulation demands must be filled, often from unexpected sources. To practice this, you do not need to make grand gestures. You can start with the micro-giving practice. Each day, find one small, simple way to give. It could be leaving a slightly larger tip for your server, giving a sincere and specific compliment to a cashier, sharing a useful article with a colleague who might benefit from it, or simply taking a minute to listen fully to a friend in need. These small acts keep you in the energetic current of circulation, transforming you from a reservoir of wealth into a dynamic channel of divine abundance. You have now walked the complete divine abundance path. You have learned the sacred and practical trinity of creation: to ask with clarity, to be open to receive with faith, and to welcome your blessings with a grateful heart. You now understand that this is not a linear path with a beginning and an end, but a beautiful, ever-expanding circle. The clarity of your ask allows you to receive with faith. The act of receiving gives you something to welcome with gratitude. And this profound gratitude, in turn, clarifies and empowers your next, even greater ask. This is the divine engine of creation, a self-reinforcing spiral of prosperity that you now have the power to activate and accelerate for the rest of your magnificent life. You are not just on the path, you have become the path. We have reached the end of this journey together, tracing the divine path from the first clear ask to the final, multiplying power of gratitude. You have learned how to define your desires with soul-aligned clarity, how to energize them with focused feeling, and how to remove the inner blocks of unworthiness. You have mastered the art of waiting in active expectancy, of recognizing abundance in its many surprising forms, and finally, of welcoming and multiplying your good through the sacred practice of gratitude. You now hold the complete blueprint for a life of divine abundance. This is not just a collection of techniques, but a new way of being in conversation with the universe. As you move forward, may you ask boldly, receive openly, and welcome your infinite wealth with a joyful and grateful heart. Thank you for choosing to walk this path with us. Your time and your commitment to your own growth are precious gifts, and we are honored to have been your guides. If this journey has inspired you, please show your support by giving this video a like and subscribe to Success Attraction Formula for more guidance on your path. We would love to read about your experiences and insights in the comments below.